hate when people slurp their coffee. I'm like, either take a sip.
But here's the major crazy. Here's like the major mindfuck of it all. You listen to ASMR videos of people eating, which I want to vomit when I hear that stuff. You know those videos you showed me?
Yeah.
Oh my god! I was like, why would people listen to this?
Well, I don't listen to videos of people eating. They exist. I'll show them to you, but that's not like part of my practice. What I don't want to hear is someone taking like a half-committed sip of their coffee. It's like, either if it's too hot, wait 5 minutes.
Well, like, it's not coffee. It's mud water.
What the fuck is that?
It is such a good thing.
Appropriated spices.
So cool. What?
It's such.
I made this myself. I don't have the Mudwater brand. I'll go into.
Your face. Wow.
I'm recording all this. Dominique, leave it in. Leave it in.
Let's leave it.
Yeah.
I'll defend it. This is masala chai, turmeric, cinnamon.
I don't have an issue with
reishi, mushrooms, cacao, MCT oil.
I don't have an issue with
salt.
Mudwater either. I have an issue with Finn. Hey guys, I'm Davey Wavy, creator of the gay erotic website, Himeros.tv. And today, I am joined by sex intimacy coach Finn Deerhart, intimacy coordinator LeoRising Scott, and writer and journalist Duane Wells. We have a full house up in this bitch. And today, we are talking about the newest release of our Summer of Love series featuring an anonymous hookup. So get those asses up, blindfolds on, and let's get started. Himeros.
Blindfold.
Well, I don't know. I needed something. I needed a little extra. Yeah.
Got me. Okay.
Himeros Backstage is supported by Himeros.tv. Himeros.tv is a different kind of porn site. Our videos are hot, but also grounded in better sex and authenticity. Plus, they'll give you the tools you need to increase pleasure and connection in addition to getting you off. Himeros Backstage listeners can save 20% off any membership just by going to himeros.tv/pod. That's HIMEROS.tv/pod. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the party.
You didn't say the last bit.
What's last? Oh my god, Himeros.tv is like porn, but better.
Oh my god.
Himeros,
I want to raise.
Yeah.
He's like typing it into the notes now.
I am.
It's like passed already. Oh my god.
I copied it. We actually were exploring the idea of a different tagline today because this is bizarre, but we're doing some DVD releases of Himeros TV
That's so
videos.
vintage.
I know.
DVD's vintage.
Yeah, it's like vinyl.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like collector's edition stuff.
Yeah.
But apparently people buy it. It's not like this is going to make anyone like a shit ton of money. Like you're not going to get rich off of it, and you're chasing like diminishing returns. But there's still this market of people who buy DVDs. Largely, it's a European market, I guess. Yeah. I don't know, but it's like very much untapped for us. Mm-hmm. So it's like, why not just have a presence and peddle some of our goods, and and people can collect it.
It feels really good. It gave me my cooling turbine, so you should definitely go for it.
The people that I've been working with on it are really cool.
I support that. I don't know what he means by supporting pulling.
Yeah, I like that.
Sorry, everyone. I had a somatic. My intuitive guidance system had a somatic reaction to Davey explaining that, and it sounds like a great idea that will be beneficial.
Duane has somatic reactions all the time, right, Duane?
Oh, I do.
Or do I say Duane or do I say Flossie? Because this is Duane's new nickname. This is Duane's new nickname.
Are you experimenting with a new identity?
My nickname is Your Grace. That is my new nickname.
Wow. Finn, have you ever seen the YouTube video? You have never seen this. I lost you at YouTube. There's this.
Oh. Who is this? This is what the kids are watching. Yeah.
This is what the kids watched like 10 years ago. But there was this woman named Flossie she's celebrating. She's in a nursing home and she's celebrating her 110th birthday.
Wow.
Have you ever seen this?
No.
So someone from the news channel is like out there to interview her for like the morning news show for that like local town or whatever. And the woman is like so energetic. She's so like enthusiastic to interview this 110-year-old woman named Flossie. And the reporter's like, "Flossie, are you excited?" And she just looks at her and she goes, "Not one bit. I'm exhausted." And the reporter's like,
that's awesome.
She's like, "What's your favorite thing to do?" And Flossie's like, "Take naps. I sleep. Take naps as much as I can."
Flossie is so bitter. But the funny thing is, I realized that they've been doing this to Flossie for the last 5 years. So her 109th birthday, her 108th birthday, they always go out to this nursing home and they're like, Flossie, how are you feeling? And she's just over it. So they're like, are you excited that your family is coming to visit you and they're going to have a big party for you today? She goes, not one bit. I mean, Flossie is ready to go. She likes whiskey. She's just, they ask her the secret to her health. She likes whiskey. Flossie is,
Yeah. Well, they're like, what do you attribute it to? Like, how'd you live so long? She's like, I just keep going.
This woman has no wisdom to impart on getting to 100.
That is wisdom. Keep going. This morning at the gym, I went into maniacal villain laughter because I was trying to do these ab crunches where it's called an ab coaster, and you're only allowed to engage through your transverse, so through your midsection, to pull your knees up. And if you use any other body part, like you genuinely feel your arms working, you genuinely feel that you're swinging, like you can do this wrong.
Right.
You can do it wrong. But when you do it right, you're like, fuck, why am I doing this? So I'm getting it, and then I do a few wrong, and I just start laughing because I look around the gym, Duane, and I see everyone is just monotonously locked into what they're doing. And it's up, down, curl in, step out, step in. And I'm just like, this is it. Like, you're just going to move for the rest of your life until one of these steps, one of these, like, planes of movement no longer happens. And you don't move. Like, this is life. And I found it to be hilarious that everyone's just moving and grooving.
It is hilarious.
The best they can until it just goes away.
Yeah.
It just goes away one day. And it's just like,
And one day it just
I'm not moving no
stops.
more.
And if you were an alien,
It doesn't do it.
if you were an alien and you went to a gym and like someone's just on a treadmill running, like full fuck, just running, but not getting anywhere, you'd be like, what the fuck
are they doing?
I am not an alien, and I think that every time I see people on a treadmill.
But you could say it about
Where are you going?
curling weights or doing push-ups. Or like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Flossie is just exhausted.
Flossie's had it.
Yeah, that's going to be Duane, and like this was a.
That's going to be
vision for the
Duane
future.
next year.
Oh, I was going to say 5 years, but
No, next year.
Duane, you're only 33.
33 years.
That shirt he has on is 33 years old. Duane,
I beg your
Davey.
pardon. This is the height of fashion. I don't know what you're talking about.
Duane and I played this.
David.
Duane and I played this game. Oh, this would be fun for us to play. Where you take out your phone and you open up like a text message to anyone, and you start with like a prompt. So like we would say like I want. So type in I want, and then
Wait, who are we texting? Are we counting
No.
down to like a random person?
you're not actually going to send the message.
You're just
So-
utilizing the text
Yeah.
field. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay.
whatever that middle word that comes up for you as like the
Okay.
next suggested word, you click, and you
Well-
just keep clicking it. And when we did this with Duane, it was like I want to rest now and lie down and rest so that I can get some rest, maybe more energy tomorrow. Like so keep typing.
I sent you mine, Davey. I sent you mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna send Davey mine too. This is great.
Mine is so stupid. Mine says, I want you a little cutie, LOL. I think I have to go back August. I think it's a real thing for you to be able with that. Mine usually says stuff about the gym.
What did LeoRising say?
What did it say?
Read it, Davey. Read
We
it.
sent them to you, brother.
Oh.
Yeah.
LeoRising says, I want you too, LOL. I don't think I need to. You do that.
That's so LeoRising.
Finn says, I want you too, LOL. Why is everyone's LOL? I want you to.
We're so jolly.
I just want you to. And love you. So sweet and loving. That's so Finn.
Oh.
Duane, what does yours say?
Wait a minute. I don't even know what mine is going to. And
How many times did you click it?
about
He's
20. Because I'm trying to get something that makes sense.
But that's just the thing.
It doesn't.
So mine just says, I want to see you, and I will be there in about an hour or so, and then I can come over and get you a call.
I'm surprised. Yeah, it usually has something about resting and lying down and exhaustion.
Well, it depends on who I send it to, because I think if I send it to another friend, it would say something that would have been dangerous.
Oh, is it that smart? I wonder.
I think it is.
Okay.
It's what is it? How did a smart tech person refer to it today? That the framing of audio tech and social media tech, like the framing of it, like the predictability, the predictive algorithm, it frames your experience. So we have to start thinking about it as a face, and the more it watches us, the more familiar it makes the face of our world, and so it feels like it knows us.
Yeah.
And it feels like it knows who we interact with, and it tries to get a portrait of like what it's like to talk to Finn, what it's like to talk to Duane, what it's like to talk to Davey, so that like it can give us.
It doesn't just feel like it does know you, and it knows you probably better than you know you. Like it's gonna know what you want before you want it.
Yeah,
you know?
like this T-shirt that I'm wearing that I bought from Instagram.
Yeah, it was like.
Did you buy it?
I bought one from Instagram. Yes.
I've never bought anything from Instagram that's like actually good quality. I always find
Conquer. These are
like,
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you heard of Defiant?
Davey, have you ever? I like it, the little Satan.
Yeah.
Davey, I just sent you a text of what came up when I sent it to my friend, another friend of mine.
You just texted it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let me see.
The difference.
Can you read it?
Oh, I'm not going to say it out loud. You didn't get it?
No.
It's you. You should have it.
Maybe you sent it to your friend.
No, I sent it to you.
Why can't you say it out loud? What did you say?
I didn't get it.
How did you not get it?
I don't know who you sent that to, Duane, but it wasn't me.
I just sent it again.
I have another game for us to play, which is last week we answered 2 questions from Finn's. Finn was putting these together for a project that we're working on. And it was so fun that I picked the next 2 from the list for us to discuss today. And the first is, and this is for folks at home to ponder as well, what is one of the biggest lessons you've learned when it comes to sex and men? So, it doesn't have to be the biggest.
No.
But one of
the question
biggest.
says the biggest.
The biggest lesson you've ever learned when it comes to sex.
Yes.
Those are not quantifiable. They're context dependent.
Yeah, okay. Okay, girl.
Shall I start?
Yeah.
Ooh, Duane, okay, please.
What I've learned, the best thing I've learned is to thine own self be true. Which and what I mean by that is, that the best sex is honest sex. So for me, it's about being real and being able to share with my partner exactly what I want and what makes me happy. And sometimes that can be an uncomfortable conversation because they can be thinking, because people are sort of groomed to think that certain things are pleasurable to everyone. I'll go out on a limb and say here that I don't particularly enjoy receiving oral sex. Never have. I just don't. But guys always think like, oh, well, I have to reciprocate because that is the thing. But I've been able to be very clear, and I found later on that I don't have to be performative in that sense and go through that awkward moment during sex where I'm like, okay, get this part over with. I can just say, you know what, it's not necessary. Let's move on.
It's not. Is that how you would phrase it, Duane? This is not necessary. Let's move on.
I'm like, I'm good.
That's
I'm good.
sexy.
You
Yeah.
know, let's just move on.
Do you like receiving any kind of like attention singularly, or is it like nothing? Are you like ass play? Or...
Oh, that's fine. I just don't particularly like. I don't need someone to be in that place and spend a tremendous amount of time. It's basically. I don't feel that way. It's just not. I'd much rather spend time doing other things.
You'd rather suck their dick, right?
I'm very happy in that place too.
That's another good place. Yeah.
That's another good
great
place.
Yeah.
But I don't need them to spend they can do it a little bit, but you don't need to go to town.
Duane, or I'm sorry, today it's Flossie, right? We're just addressing
No,
Flossie.
I
Miss
shall.
Flossie.
Oh
No. The
Duane,
only nickname I have is Your Grace. Otherwise, it's just Duane.
Your Grace.
Your Grace.
I have a very personal anatomical question.
Yes.
Is it okay
Yes.
to address you? Yes,
Oh my
okay.
God, please.
Are you circumcised?
Can you just talk like
You
this all day,
circumcised?
please?
I could try. I could try today.
I shall join you if
Are you
you'd like.
circumcised, Your Grace?
I am not.
I would like it. You're
I'm
not.
not.
Yeah.
I mean, I am. What am I saying? Yes. I thought you asked if I
cut.
was uncircumcised. Yes, I am. Yes, no, I am circumcised.
You're cut. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that would be correct.
Well, I'm glad we learned that. That was helpful.
Well, I'm just wondering because some people who've been cut, Davey, the sensitivity that trauma and that sensitivity, it does remove the some of the pleasures. No, for some, it's a theory. I don't have evidence.
The blowjob may feel, how shall we say, a little bit less
Well,
stimulating.
I must say to both of you that I do believe that it's rather psychological more than anything else.
Indeed,
For me,
indeed.
it's psychological.
Right.
You know,
Oh,
because
because sucking on a hot dog does absolutely nothing.
You suck hot dogs.
Well,
Davey.
no, I don't, because it's psychologial, my friend.
Right.
I, for one, do get a little roused sucking on a hot dog or a banana. So I'm just gonna be honest about that. I just have to be real, you know.
Yeah. All right. Well, Finn, what is one of the biggest lessons you've learned when it comes to sex and men?
Well, I loved what he said. Like when he started, I was like, yeah. I was gonna agree with Duane. Just like be true to myself. Like I was gonna say don't depart from myself. You know, that's something that I can do sometimes. You know, like move out into some kind of like space where I'm like, wait, where do I go? So come back to me and what I might be feeling, and it doesn't have to look like anything or be anything in particular.
right, yeah.
In LeoRising,
For me, any arousal that wakens up feelings of love are mine to keep. The man may not be mine to keep, but any feelings of love and passion and discovery, like treasures, I get to keep those. And I don't have to assign that to the person who gave it, who gave the best performance during the sex. Those were coming out of me. Yeah,
Ooh,
that's it.
this like accent is just like that was like a blurb from a book. That was
it
great.
was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should fetishize. It was on an accent. That's what you're saying. You're fetishizing my accent.
No,
Totally.
I'm saying it's
Oh, I
unlocking
know.
something.
I'm teasing.
It is like a channel for you. It's a channel. You need to write that book quick.
It's a channel.
It's a channel.
Bridgerton.
I have two. I have my like real one and then my like one that's just on my mind. The biggest lesson that I feel like I've learned is that like no one's gonna read your mind, and there are. I mean, it is we're all kind of. It is similar to what Duane's saying that like if someone's sucking your dick and you're not enjoying it, that like they might not be reading your body language or picking up on it. That if you want a third finger in your hole, speak up. Like if you want your tits sucked harder, then ask for it. And if you can't find your words, you can kind of do that with encouraging body language, but communicate what it is that you want. Other lesson, this is the lesson that's on my mind, through a conversation that LeoRising and I were having yesterday. It was talking about people who don't understand like the word no. And so like at one extreme of this, obviously this manifests through like sexual violence, through rape. On the other end though, you can see this, I guess like pushiness kind of come out in other ways that also aren't cute. Like, I guess maybe in the middle would be like somewhere you say like, oh, I don't want to do anal. And he's like, oh, come on, like, let's try it. Like, you'll love it. Obviously, this is a hypothetical situation because I've never said that I don't want to do anal.
I was about to say, who are you talking to?
Yeah. This thought has never crossed my mind. But there's even like non-sexual ways that it comes up. Like, oh, I don't want to hang out tonight because I have other plans. And he's like, come on, cancel your plans. And my experience has been that more often than not, that this is embodied generally by like pretty like white younger guys, like almost like a charming like frat boy. And I know this to be true because I have dated and or fucked many of them, and this is like 2 decades of research that's gone into this, hundreds of specimens to draw these conclusions. And it's not always just white guys, but often it is. And I think that, because I was thinking about this because I knew I was going to ask this question, it's like, if the world is presented to you on a silver platter, and if you can get whatever you want with a smile, if like doors just open for you, then it feels like you're at high risk for not respecting other people's boundaries. I had a guy once show up at my house with his boyfriend to do a threesome. And right before he came into my house, he texted me and he said, "You owe me because my boyfriend really didn't want to do this tonight." And I'm like, no, like go home. Then don't bring him. I don't, it's not fun for me to like step on someone else's no with my own desires. Or if you tell a guy to go slower and he just keeps like pounding you harder and harder, that is the quickest way for me to be like, you know what, we're done. Like those are not ingredients for good lovemaking. And rant over. Concluded.
Thank you for bringing that up. For quick context, I was on Scruff and being flirted with, but I forgot that on Scruff I was really transparent about my cosmology and just how I'd like to be interfaced with. I'm like, I'm more of an empath. I like empathic and emotional literacy. That shit turns me on. Approach that way. And a college-aged white male took their time to follow my social links, figure me out, and started, you're going to hate this, Finn, soliciting me for services.
Why do I hate
naked,
that?
Which is,
oh,
because, well, they wanted help, allegedly, but they wanted the help to become naked. And I'm like, hey, like, first of all, sex work is amazing. I will refer you sex workers if you need sex work. I don't offer sex work. And secondly, I also don't conflate my spiritual process and services with that. Like, I don't even read my partners. And that was already too much information, right? And it kept progressing. And I was coming from the gym and I was like, I don't know. Like, I was like, I need Davey's help. Like, I was like, first of all, this is a 23-year-old. So I was like, I'm talking to Davey.
Davey's your lexicon.
Yeah, I was like, I was like, I don't know what the fuck these people are talking about. And Davey clocked him in like 2 texts. Davey clocked like the situation. He was like, frat boy, da-da-da-da. He's going to say something like this. This is essentially rape culture. So I was like, hey, I just want to give you this gift of, I've said no 3 different ways. I mean my no. And also, you're not reading it, and it's in text. And so I just want to support you with knowing, like, this, he's studying law. And I was like, I just want to support you. Like, this is rapey. It's a little rapey. The little bubble disappeared. I was blocked instantly, and I was, like, so freed from it. But, like, Davey literally, I just wasn't in the mindset to even know how to handle it because I was in my vulnerable place of, I was just so confused how someone could, like, oh, you do yoga? Will you do naked yoga with me? And I'm like, hey, like, don't you, if you're attracted to me, be attracted to me. And we'll definitely probably fall into naked yoga if you're just attracted to me and we're fucking or something. Like, that's different. At least wake up the next day beside me and ask something that dumb. But don't shoot your shot at that. Like, and you're studying law. It was just weird. And I was just thinking, like, there is it brought me back a little to just like it's laborious sometimes to be black and gay or black and queer and to be asked to perform a healing and you want my body and none of that's being paid for.
Yeah, the payment for you was supposed to be like you seeing his naked body.
I'll be naked and I'm like, I'm not interested in your cherub-looking ass, like, fuck off.
What a lot of capital there.
Yeah, he's like, is there any other ways or anything else? I'm like, do you communicate with your college professors this way? Like, what's wrong with you? And then I realized I said, what's wrong with it? And I'm like, he probably could have just trying to be kinky, but I still was like, I said no 3 times before I got agitated. And that's such a turnoff. And it's also, I don't know about Duane, but I know that there are a lot of black males who get very uncomfortable when we have to announce our no's to white bodies that are pushy like that. Like, that can go south so fast.
I think that we come from a culture. I mean, broadening this out a bit, I think we come from a culture that celebrates persistence in everything. That you only win by fighting. You have to keep asking the same thing over and over again. You never accept no. You never accept that something isn't possible. So I've experienced this with what I call big member energy, like, guys who are well endowed who just seem to think that because they're well endowed that I'm supposed to just like, oh my God, I'm just supposed to just fall at their feet. Like they're like, I say no, and then they send me a picture of their member and like, are you sure? No, I'm still pretty sure that I don't want to have sex with you.
now I'm more sure
that picture doesn't really change the fact, and they're like, come on, I've got a friend, blah, blah. I mean, it just goes on and on. But I sort of see the persistence also coming from that angle as well. I don't know that I've quite experienced it in the way that LeoRising that you've experienced it, but I've certainly even dated people. I know what you and Davey mean about people who are like I had dated people who are saying, come over and do X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, no, I'm working. Are you, and I have a life. I'm a busy person. I don't stop to satisfy your needs. But I know that there are people who do. And that's the thing. There are a lot of people who just, if they say, come over and, fall to your knees or get naked or do whatever, they do it.
Right. Like, are they doing this because it's actually been like an effective strategy for them?
And I think that there are people, I mean...
Yeah. But I pick up on like what you're saying is if I say no and then they send a picture of their big dick, for me, they're not building a case. Like they're building a case against themselves because like I've now said no, and you're continuing to assert. So whatever like crack there may have been opened is now shut. Like it's fully. I've said no, and you're still coming at me. I'm not having sex with you. Like, yeah.
Well, yeah. Now
I have to say, Duane, you definitely. I just shed a few tears because when you mentioned persistence. And you told that story, it like opened up the thing that was stuck as to like why I was like, I need to talk to Davey. Because there have been times when I was way younger where I've said no and the person didn't stop. And it's just a matter of we can take responsibility for like how we attract presences, but then you get to a point where you're just like, I don't know what the fuck I did today to get this shit again. So thank you for sharing that story because I trapped that in my chest, and then if y'all can't see it, so you need to start watching these videos, but I definitely went through it. And I appreciate all of you for helping me go through it because I was so uncomfortable yesterday. And all I kept thinking was how embarrassing it was to be 10 years older and to be that uncomfortable from a college frat boy. I was like, I deleted the apps again. Like my answer was, I'm just going to delete them and not be on them, and I'll work on my screenplays. Like I was like, clearly, but stop being rapey, y'all.
Please.
Like,
yeah.
Please stop. Just stop.
Okay. Second question. What is a conversation that you know? What is a conversation that you know that you need to have with yourself?
This one.
This is one. Yeah. Duane, do you want to start us again?
Yeah. Sure. I mean, in tennis, there's this thing. I'm obsessed with tennis at the moment, and there's this thing in tennis where they say, where players talk about this, the formula for winning is just playing one ball at a time. You don't worry about the ball that you played before and how that worked out. You don't worry about the next ball. You don't worry about winning the match. You just play one ball at a time, and that's the road to success. And the conversation that I have to have with myself is that a lot of times when I'm dating or when I meet someone, I'm playing like if it's the first set, I'm in the third. I'm like, well, it's sort of like when I meet someone and I'm like, is this the right person for me long term? Like, could I see myself with them? I mean, like, we're just talking about having a cup of coffee. but my mind can't help but go to like, is this even worth my time? Because realistically, does this person seem to fit like my life? And sometimes I think that the conversation I need to have with myself is that I don't know that. I won't always know that. I need to just look at what's in front of me and just look at today and say, today I like this person, or today I want to do this, and that's okay. And this may lead to nothing. This may become something, and I'm okay with that. But that's the conversation I need to have with myself, because I do struggle with that, and I always have, because it's interesting because it relates to today's video. Instead of the hookup, I've always looked forward to the life. With every hookup was meant to lead to the life. So if there was no connection between the hookup and the life, then I wasn't interested in the hookup. So I haven't been able to enjoy the pleasure. Not to say that I haven't enjoyed the pleasure of the now. I have.
Okay.
Okay. I have. But I'm just saying that, a lot of times I feel like I'm looking too far ahead always. And that's the conversation I constantly have with myself. I'm trying to.
Wow. I love these questions.
Mm-hmm.
LeoRising, did you answer the first question? Did you?
Girl, he just gave a dissertation.
No, but
on
that
the
was
first
building.
question.
Oh, I thought that was building off my answer. Okay. All right. I'm just dealing with the ball that's in front of me. I am so present right now.
Davey.
I'm so present. All right, LeoRising.
I'm so present. It's great.
What is a conversation that you need to have with yourself?
Davey, know how I know I answered the question? It went Duane, Finn, myself.
Oh.
That was the order. So it's Finn's turn.
Okay, Finn. What's a conversation that you need? You look like a deer in the headlights. A deer heart in the
I'm good.
headlights.
I'm
Light
good.
it.
No conversations here. I'm great. I'm good. Well,
Just really good.
I love that.
do y'all know that I signed up a trial membership on Raging Stallion so I could watch Show Hard and then cancel my membership? And I just felt bad about it.
Wait, is this real?
Yeah, this is real, man.
Like this just happened?
Yeah. Yeah.
What is Show Hard?
It's a new film that came out on Raging Stallion.
Is that the
sucked
one with
in.
Sky Knox?
I don't know who they are, but I
Oh.
just liked it. They're in a bathroom.
Was
Yeah.
it good?
I liked it. It was like memory lane. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, am I is this... I mean, that's not really a cool thing to do, is it? Sign up, get the trial, download the video, then cancel your membership?
It's what everybody does.
Well,
Do you still get paid? Davey, would you get paid if someone did that?
well, we don't have an option where you can sign up for not you didn't pay.
I
any
paid.
money?
No, I paid it's like an intro discount rate.
Oh,
and
$5 for your first.
It was like
month or whatever?
$15 bucks. It was
join
like
for
$15.
$0.
I paid $15.
You paid for it.
Yeah, girl.
it says
Girl,
join
you totally
for
paid
$0.
for it.
Yeah, you
No, I paid
more than
15
paid
bucks.
for it. Yeah, there's nothing to feel.
I had
good
unlimited
about.
downloads for 30 days. I got what I wanted, and I just deleted it.
Yeah. That's why our entry, if you just do 1 month of Himeros TV with no rebills or anything, I think it's it's $49.95.
Yeah.
If you do month to month, it's $34.95, and then they get cheaper the bigger the commitment is, and that's why, because it's there's some people who just want 30 days of access. They'll download the library, and then maybe a year later they'll come back and
Do it
And
again.
download it.
I know, but now I'm in the email subscription, so I'm a sucker because I might be.
Yeah.
But real talk though, I'll just quickly say a real conversation. Well, another conversation that's bigger for me is I need to address my fear of doing what I want more. Just yeah, it's I know what I want. And I'm speaking career wise, but I just it's I get afraid of making changes that are scary where I don't know the map. Yeah.
no, it's good.
But I also know I don't want to die before I do a certain number of things that are really important to me, and that's kind of what's in my balance right now.
You don't want to die with your music still inside you.
Right, that's my big hit.
You've got to sing your song, Finn.
Yeah.
LeoRising?
I am in beautiful new territory, or progressed territory, within intimacy choreographers and coordination. There's not like a union or anything, but there are groups of people that are now coming together, and so that's been great. But I had the same reaction to following through on some things there that I have. Remind me a little bit of task completion. It's like I'm super efficient when I'm really into something, but I punish myself the moment the inspiration runs away. And so the conversation to have is around just enjoying when the inspiration, when you're not going to be able to do everything inspired, first of all, but when to enjoy, be a lot more present in the enjoyment and ride the fulfillment of performing while inspired, or finishing, completing, being present while inspired, so that when I'm doing something for the sake of just locking in the time, it still has a great quality, and I'm not as sharp with my inner editor, because my inner editor gets in front of a lot recently, more than I need it afterwards. But it's like, hey, I need you after to edit, but I don't need you in this moment. We can edit and fix later. Just be present here in this locked in hour. So that's the conversation I've been having with myself. Not quieting my inner editor, just putting it on a different time clock, because I don't need it at the same time that I'm inspired. That doesn't work for an artist at all. That's called procrastination, and we're not in that spirit. We're like literally self-sabotaging. It's been interesting.
Wavy Davey? Wavy Davey?
Who's her?
Gravy Wavy? What is a conversation that I need to have with myself?
Can I vote?
Please.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes.
I have a conversation. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I think there's
Not
a lot
really.
of conversations. There's a lot of conversations I need to have with myself. One that I'm actively having with myself is my inclination to date younger guys. Like, this is an ongoing conversation, and because it's just like, I just find them. I actually, for a while, it was like, yeah, emotionally, like, I get it that there's not like stability, or that they're still kind of figuring out who they are, but they're just so cute. And now, like, the just so cute part is like starting to not be so like. I'm like, but that other stuff makes them kind of not cute. Like, yeah. So there's kind of an assessment there. But I was listening to a podcast today, and I'm so bad with celebrities. Her name was Brie
Larson?
Yes, really beautiful.
Who's she?
Yeah, she's an actress.
An actress.
Okay.
She's wonderful.
Yeah.
Beautiful mind, beautiful politics, beautiful
Smart,
philanthropy.
great actor.
Smart.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, but she's like objectively beautiful, and they were talking about her looks, and she was like, she's like, I don't know anyone that's not like that. I don't know anyone that doesn't wish they were someone else. Or there's this chasing that's going on. Yeah, like, I don't like this. I don't like this. And she's like, everyone's chasing and no one has it. So if that's the case, like, we're all running around in circles after something that doesn't exist, since no one has this thing. And I was listening to it, and I was like, oh yeah. And for me, I can look, Duane, this is true. You've said this about me many times. I can look at anyone, pretty much anyone, and find something sexy about them. Like,
Yes.
it doesn't mean I want to fuck everyone, but like, I can find something hot or something beautiful or something that I can love about anyone. And it's so fucking hard for me to look in the mirror and do that to myself. Like, all the narratives I have about myself, my body, whatever, is like, negative Nancy. So the conversation that I need to have, like, I don't want to say I'm going to like, I'm not going to like end the war that I have with my body, but like, I think a more achievable first step is just kind of falling in love with parts of myself. That would be my conversation.
I have a question.
Okay.
Would it absolutely ruin you to enjoy your body so much that you widened for the entire holiday season? Like, you just gave yourself all the treasures of everything you could ever want, and your movement modalities changed, and you didn't lift weights to be like good in your cardio, you didn't run as far, you danced laterally. Oh my, you're not gonna do it.
Wait,
Okay.
Leo,
I'm having
that is too much. I'm having anxiety just listening to you say that to him.
Yeah.
I just think
It has to be baby
like,
steps.
wouldn't it be nice?
Yeah, I'm not comfortable where I'm at now.
I thought it was baby steps.
I'm not comfortable where I'm at now. Like
Maybe
like-
if you said to him, don't, like, maybe could you have dessert? No, actually, you have dessert, actually, quite often.
He would eat a lot of dessert.
No,
I'm not worried about him eating dessert.
But maybe if you allowed yourself to enjoy dessert
I need to
every
order
day.
I need to order a carrot cake and just like fuck myself with it. Like I just need to like
No.
I was thinking taking Zumba lessons and doing one less day of work.
Even outside of the body love thing, though, your endocrine system. What about that?
see. This is why I should never
See?
even say anything.
No, but you know what? I want to add something.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you sharing about the body piece. And I listened to this awesome podcast too recently. It's called This Jungian Life, and they were talking about body hate specifically as like a way for a deeper conversation. Like basically, it's like a self-loathing trait that most people have because of like childhood issues and stuff. And then whatever we find suits us in the culture will land in that tendency. So in like our gay culture, there's like this body, thing. And so that kind of is where it lands, but even deeper than the body, it's more like this like trait. So it's like, if I'm just intent to like hate myself somehow, I'll find a way to do that, whether it's about the body or about intellect or about something. And so it's like a work in that level. Go ahead.
In the gay world too, when we express negative self-talk about our bodies, it's almost like we enjoy it. It like becomes like a way that we engage with each other. Like, oh,
Yeah.
fat girl this, fat girl. I mean, like, like we have these
Yeah.
these I don't even know how to articulate it.
It's
but-
called affiliative behavior. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like part of the interactions, the social interactions that are socially accepted and in group.
And in fact, like LeoRising, when you post like pictures of yourself or Instagram stories, and you're like, I'm so fucking fly today. Like whoever gets me like is gonna be so lucky. Like, I mean, you would phrase it differently than that, but I'm like triggered by that because I'm like, oh my god, if I wrote that about myself, like people would think I'm such a narcissistic like son of a bitch. They'd be like, girl, like who do you think you are? But if I call myself a piece of shit, that everyone's like, yeah, I'm a piece of shit too.
Well, I mean, since you called me out, I do think that you are kidding.
Yeah.
If you did it right, given your successful business, the dedication you've given to your body, and the weight of your social clout, people would attack you, right? They wouldn't consider that because you have seemingly made it that you should have to say things like that, right? I say things like that because I don't believe in, this is my cosmology, so listen really carefully, kids. I don't wake up every day and tell myself that I'm a marginalized person, but I do have to wake up every day and tell myself, yes, you are attractive to you, you are important, air comes to meet you no matter how you're going to treat anybody else in this world, but it feels best when you're kind. And sometimes when you feel attractive, because no one when you were younger that you grew up with actually told you, you have to tell yourself that. And I don't care how much money I don't make or do make, there's not going to be a level of my life where I'm not going to wake up and do those things. And sometimes I will let people in on them, and I have quiet little panic attacks every time. Because people don't assume that I struggle. They don't assume that I'm having a bad day because I have a great set of teeth or whatever. Like,
Oh my God.
pretty privilege really does exist, but people are fucking going through it.
Everybody.
And
Yeah.
one thing everybody's going through it. And one thing I don't have that the gay community would love for me to have is a set of a 12-pack abs. I don't have it. So the moment I take a photo lower than my titties, I don't have any of those either. It's sort of a wrap for a lot of people. My DMs are literally the most politest experience in the world. And it's just what it is. Like, I'm not sexualized and approached for that. I'm observed, and when I start chiseling in, then it starts getting a little heated up, and I have to tone it down because I have that mindset of, but you didn't respect me when I respected myself. You respected me when you thought you could afford respecting me. So if you want to compliment yourself, I say compliment yourself.
Totally.
Because you went through many stages of life to be where you are now. So, period.
Can I just add 2 unsolicited opinions? I love what he's saying. Well, I would say, yeah, like, I mean, the negativity bias of the brain is going to automatically run to the negative. That's automatic. We don't have to, like, try to shit talk. It just happens. But we do have to intentionally intervene and affirm. So I think, yes, like, intervene and try to, like, counter that tide. And then the other piece is about your, if you posted it, people to attack, then yeah, okay, fucking attack. Like, it's kind of like, have you seen that Brene Brown video that's like, your critics aren't the ones that count?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. On YouTube. Mm-hmm. If you look that up, people, your critics aren't the ones who count. And it's just like
they're not in the arena with you.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're sitting back there just like talking hate. So it's like, but it's what it does is open up connection and opportunity with other people. It's like an unseen kind of leap in faith. But yeah, that's my vote.
And I would also say just open yourself up to the validation. I mean, I think we all have those struggles. Davey knows better than anyone the struggles that I have with so much of my own physicality. But there is also always that part of me that says, you're fierce. And I realized something that I realized during the pandemic is that, I mean, while I won't do maybe what LeoRising does, but in my, I mean, I'm just saying, in terms of, I might not post that, but what I learned that I sort of expect is that when I go out and I enter a room, someone's going to look at me and say, "You're fierce," or "Oh my God, you're fabulous. I love that." And I feed off of that. I can't say it about myself, but I need it. And without it, I sort of spiral into this similar place that Davey was talking about. Like, I spiral without some sort of validation, which is why I can't stay with Davey all the time, because it would always be negative, and I'd probably commit suicide. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm just
waiting
trying to
for the
make
punchline.
I feel really bad because I missed the last bit and I was nodding like I was in church and I was like, wait, what he said.
No,
I was like, I didn't hear.
When Davey and I are together, we basically encourage the words. It's like, "Oh, girl, you're so fat. Oh, you're so fat. Girl, you're so old."
I can't wait till Finn and I have our one-on-one, because we're just going to be super encouraging and be like, "Hey, you really dropped into my nervous system today, and I just feel regulated and easy. Thank you, Finn."
I'll probably just like smile and cry.
Davey avoids me because I make everyone cry on set. Everyone's crying all the time.
I love that.
Davey won't come near it. He won't come near it.
Oh, I love that.
I'm too busy emptying the dishwasher on set. Is the
Listen, we didn't do too good with that last dishwasher. We have to do better.
All right.
Yeah.
Little housekeeping. Actually, I don't have many updates other than that. Finn and I put together a questionnaire so that people at home can shape a future Himeros TV film shoot for spring of next year. Is it on your... It'll be on your website, right? Maybe.
It's going to be... Oh, yeah. It's going to be on my website tomorrow morning.
Okay. So by the time this comes out...
By the time people hear it, yeah.
Yeah. So go to Finn's website, findearheart.com. And we want... It's actually a lot of the questions that we've just been answering. And it's going to shape the future content. Also, I did want to give a little update that I had such a... Is it an endorphin rush or... what is it when you're like, ooh. No, it wasn't from an edible. Last week I posted a YouTube video featuring Ray Dexter, and we were talking about, he had a penis enlargement surgery that he's been very open about. And because we were talking about a medical procedure, YouTube allowed us to show his uncensored penis in the YouTube video. So it's actually, at first I was really excited. I was like, this is the first time a penis, I've had 1,500 fucking videos on my YouTube channel. This is the first one that shows a penis. 14 and a half years. of content. And then I realized actually there was a penis once, but it was inadvertent, and I got in trouble because of it. I got a strike on my channel.
Inverted?
Inadvertent? Like it was it was an
okay.
accidental.
It's on, like, it shows his penis?
Shows his penis. Go to my YouTube channel.
I'm going there right now, actually.
Yeah. and people
Finn,
were
you're a
like
little too excited.
People were like
I'm always down to see penises.
like you have to say that you're over 18 or something.
There was
to,
one time where I measured where it was like about like 8 inches in girth.
I can't watch this whole video, right?
No, just fast forward to the penis.
Where is that?
So,
do you know where?
Like towards the end.
I just have to state 8 inches of girth made me very uncomfortable very fast.
Oh my god!
8 inches.
Sure
8
shit,
inches
there's a
of
penis.
Girth?
Does Finn have an option to watch it on mute? Or like,
Heart sunk.
Making sure that it's all nice and even, making sure it looks aesthetically pleasing.
Oh, wow. Well, I saw a penis on YouTube.
it was such a rush, and when I had to submit the video to YouTube for them to review before it posted, and I was like, there's no way they're gonna come back and they're gonna be like, it's not medical enough, it's not in the doctor's office, you're not a doctor, and they were like, yep, you can post it.
What is so boggling to me about this is, like, I've had things on YouTube censored for a conversation.
Yep. But this is medical, and for whatever reason, it's so fucking arbitrary and ridiculous. I mean, but it felt like this like small victory. I don't give YouTube a lot of credit for things, but I was like really excited that they allowed me to post that. So
I'm happy for you.
It's educational.
well,
It's educational.
all these videos are in a way, but this was
I love
yeah.
all of them.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
really?
can, you can learn something. Learn about the
From
intersection
that,
of gay sex and joy.
in my bum?
The what in my
Guess
bum?
what's in my bum?
Yeah, I
That's
don't know. That's not
I
educational.
don't know if
That's
that's really
educational.
educational. Is it? Is it?
Yeah,
Well, I'm going to be supportive and say that
That's entertainment.
I think
That's entertaining.
most of it.
it is entertaining, but it's also entertaining educational content. Because
It is
Edutainment.
girl, yes,
entertainment.
it educates people that gay sex is not something that needs to be in the shadows or
Truth.
like in the basement. That it's something you can bring out into light and you can infuse
Truth.
with joy. And pleasure
Say
and
that.
fun.
Speaking of
Say that,
shadows,
yes.
I want to talk about the lighting of Miss Cherry Bryce Jr.'s
Oh, we have to
video.
talk about the video. Oh my god,
Yeah.
we have to talk about the video. Okay.
Unless I love the lighting.
Oh,
The lighting in that video is fierce.
Period.
And John 1939, I'm just letting you know, I have a movie list for John because I need John to watch
Okay.
a few movies and understand
Yeah.
that lighting was
So
I had-
let's talk
yeah.
let's talk about this video. So this is the second installment of Summer of Love.
But
Finn, shut up. Shut up. This is a 3-part series featuring real hookups. I'm going to put them on mute. In New York City. And we filmed this back in June, beginning of June, kind of when we thought the pandemic was coming to an end. Spoiler alert. So fast. This video features Jordan, Hunter, and Tanner Thomas. Tanner goes over to Jordan's apartment. Jordan appears in a mask, like a hood, just mouth and eyes visible, and they have a really hot, fun hookup together. And Jordan wears a hood in all of his videos. And when we were putting his model bio together, he wanted to comment on that, and he was saying that by kind of removing his face from the video, he's able to more kind of tune into his partner's pleasure, and it helps him be like more focused and kind of less in his mind about what he's doing. In my head, I was like kind of creating a story around that, like maybe by not showing his face, like maybe there's a job that he has that wouldn't support him being in the adult industry, and so this gives him more freedom. Or maybe he's worried that his family is going to find out, or maybe he is turned on by the anonymity of it. Like, it's just kind of this fun element. And when he said he wanted to wear a hood in this video, he was like, is that okay? Brad, the tantric coach that worked on this, and we were both really excited because A, it's not something we filmed, and B, this is like something that happens in the world, and there's this misconception that like in order for sex to feel connected or tantric, that you need to like light candles and eye gaze and burn some incense, which you can do, but like some of the most connected sex that I have had has been like damn near anonymous. And Brad has said he said to me, he's like, you can suck a cock through a glory hole and never see a man's face and still love and celebrate that being with like all of your heart and all of your soul and all of your body. And yes, the video, so it's filmed in Jordan's apartment, and like it's not a blown out, overly lit. It's authentic to the experience. And John and someone else commented on the video that they didn't like the lighting, and that's their prerogative, and that's fine, and I get it. I would just push back that like the comments are almost like as if we forgot to turn the light switch on, like as if Cherry was like oops, like it was a choice to film it that way.
Yeah. And a good choice.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us are so used to turn up your screen if it doesn't feel bright. I think that would be like the first thing, because maybe you're not.
Where's your imagination?
But also, I need to technically support the cinematographer and the director. One of the leads in that film is a dark-skinned black man. The other is a very lighter than Davey white man. So when you have those two people in a scene together, you have to use complementary light so they look even on screen. So there are complementary colors used to infuse and reach through their pores and melanin to enhance the mood and give the mood of anonymity, and also give the mood of the mystery of spontaneous sex, right? So like you have the black male's face is hidden, and the other person is the surprise guest. Like this is the person that's invited over. And so the narrative you get is those red notes and those purple notes.
Beautiful.
They feed into the mystery. If you watch it frame by frame, the person coming over doesn't know the house he's going over. He's comfortable, he's consented, but he's also like, oh my God, like there's a mood set in this environment. And then on his way out, he's leaving the way that he entered. It opens with the way that he entered. He still has to like walk out with that mystery. And he leaves with like, yes, I consented. Yes, I finished this. But it was like mystical. Like it was meant to be mystical. The moment before you go to sleep and dream. That's why it's an indigo purple. Like, it's just like, it wasn't a mistake. I know like people like to just make like comments and just like be funny, but I was like, that was a really harsh comment. If you just don't understand lighting, say that. Ask the question. Ask, what does red and blue mean? There's a lot of movies on there's a horror movie named Freaky, written by a gay man, wonderful man. The movie is pretty much red and blue throughout the whole movie. All the Avengers posters, red and blue. There's a reason. It's like you just have to like study a little lighting. It's fun. Okay, I'm done. I'm off.
No,
I'm not.
You should respond to the comment. I wish someone would. I was like, I don't have the energy or effort, but
we should send an APB to the cinematographers that we have.
Yeah, but I think also we're so used to in the porn that we consume, like seeing these overly lit scenes where you see every single crack. There's no mystery in it, and it's like behind the camera there's like two big lights just directing all of their rays like into this ass and dick, and like I think because we're so used to consuming McDonald's that when like someone creates something that's like a little bit more elevated, we're like, oh,
that was a sly little comment.
Yeah. it's interesting that you frame it like that, Davey, because the blown out lighting looks really great on people who don't have melanin in their skin,
or who have on makeup,
Sometimes it depends.
Or they
on
were like powder and stuff.
The makeup, yeah. But I say it that way because a lot of what's been on magazine covers and a lot like what makes it into that oily look. Can look great on everybody, but melanated people look best with natural lighting and oily. They don't look best with studio lights that are all white or all yellow, and then oil. We over reflect. And so it's like some of these comments, they're not meant to be racist comments. So I'm just saying like people aren't informed about. It's a tad bit of chemistry and it's light physics. Like people just they don't understand that there's a reason why certain things have to. Someone has to go back in and work on this or work on it beforehand.
right,
Yeah.
Like there's reason.
yeah.
Well, I thought it looked terribly cinematic. And when it comes to lighting, I think everybody looks best in Oprah lighting. That's
What's Oprah lighting?
Have you ever noticed? go back and look at an old
$1 million
Oprah show.
lighting?
Like flat?
Like everybody
Like flat?
looks good on an Oprah show. You've never seen the lighting on an Oprah show. Everybody, including Oprah, always looks perfect. No matter what your skin tone, the lighting is extraordinary. They won more Emmys for lighting than almost any other daytime talk show. Look it up. I know what I'm talking about.
But Duane, you're correct though. But they're also working with the central point of they're using a melanin focus, brown couch, and a particular dark blue.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing.
And Oprah is emanating the light of God. Let's just be honest.
I mean, like, there is Oprah light. I mean, it's like emanating from Oprah.
I think Duane low-key told Davey to step up and Davey to step into their own Oprah. I think that's what Duane really just said.
I have been called a gay Oprah before. By
By who?
You're close.
by myself. That's what I'm going to post on social media. Be like, you know what? I'm sick of being at war with myself. I am the gay Oprah, and we'll see how that goes.
Oh.
Yes. So lighting aside, which obviously was a choice that
Yes.
Cherry, the director, made. Like, you know, the anonymity of the video was really fun. When I was living in Los Angeles, probably like, I don't know, when was that? Like 6 years ago? Whenever that was.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. I had a guy come over and fuck me while I was blindfolded in bed. And so I like met him on Grindr, and I peeked out my window because I wanted to make sure that like I wasn't getting
I
catfished.
remember this.
Yeah. And he was so fucking hot. Oh my God. And so I laid in my bed blindfolded. He came in, he fucked me, like whispered into my ears while he was fucking me. Oh my God. It was like, I was tingling in places I didn't know exist. He filled me with cum, and then he left. And like, it was very titillating. I love getting fucked.
There's the
And
bottom line.
I think that puts a fine point on everything,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah, and getting filled with cum. It's the validation that I don't get from myself. If someone validates me with their load, I'm like, oh, I am enough. And then I squeeze it out, and then I need more.
You squeeze it out?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I sometimes, it depends whose it is. Sometimes I'll keep it for a little bit. Or what I have as an activity. You know, like
Do you freeze it?
and I make it into popsicles that I mix it into my
After
carrot
it's been in
cake.
your boner?
Oh my God.
Yeah. My special ingredient.
Sounds like sex magic, Davey.
It totally is. It's something.
Sounds like a...
I want to read a little bit of Brad's comment, because so Brad Amberhart was the tantra coach on this.
I love that he commented on it.
Yeah, he was so excited.
I missed
Yeah,
it.
so then I've seen it. And so he's going to be on for our third and final Summer of Love, because he's like beside himself about this series. He goes, so far the Summer of Love series has been fucking perfect, top-notch, jack-off material for me, and that's saying a lot since I've worked with Himeros as a coach for 4 years, often putting lots of energy into creating videos that are inspirational, even educational, but this series of videos speaks for the pure, undeniable power of just fucking hot sex. For all the times that we're focused on breathing, movement, and higher vision, videos like this one show that there is a lot of value to unbridled, prolonged, indulgent hot sex. We enter hookup weary of the stresses of life, and we leave clear-headed, calm, alive, and at peace. What could be more healing? I think when director Cherry Bryce Jr. proposed this series, he wanted to capture just that, the essence of men immersed in the heat of hookup passion. He asked me, a sex coach, if maybe I could find a way to amp up the energy and amplification before these guys hookups in New York, and then turn them loose on each other like wild, hungry animals without actually being there. I talked with each model over the phone, one by one, to see if we could find all the hot spots that made them want to fuck with their buddy so bad that they couldn't stand it. And then they fucking did it. What's funny is that our calls were voice only, so I never saw any of these models until the video today. So here's to a very successful experiment of coercing fuck buddy duos into heightened states of horniness, turning them loose on each other, and watching them enjoy themselves for a nice, long, extended, multifaceted, delicious summertime fuck scene. Gay, men, and alleluia.
Do y'all know the Dr. Bronner's shower gel?
No.
The
Oh,
bottle?
yeah.
That's what that comment was like.
Totally.
That was beautiful.
Complete with, like,
It was like
caps.
inspirational and went
And
on.
there's like parts that are all
It was all
caps.
caps?
Some of it was, yeah, some of it was. Yeah.
I love Brad.
So, anyway, check it out. You guys can see a free preview on Himeros.tv, or you can join a 1-month membership and then cancel it like what Finn did.
Don't do what Finn did.
But you do need to see
Don't
Show
do what Finn
Hard.
did
You
to
got to
us.
watch Show Hard.
Yeah, you can do that to that raging other place, but stay with him.
I'm totally looking that up, Finn.
It's good. It's good.
Okay, let's answer one. Do we have time for one question? A quick question.
Totally.
Sure.
Let's answer
Yeah,
questions.
let's do it.
If you guys have any questions
We
or
love
comments,
answering
send to Davey at daveywavy.tv or call or text 612-470-5729. Most people send us text, but we'd love to
What
hear
is
your
a
voice.
612 area code? Where
Fuck
is
if I know.
that?
I don't know. It's just what I set up with Google Voice. Question number one.
Oh my god.
This was the text. Question number one. What makes good dick great dick?
You wrote this, man.
And scene.
Good dick, great dick.
I don't feel like being esoteric about it. Like, I know people.
Sounds like you are.
Texture? No. Texture. So it's texture. I actually really love when it's smooth before I get there. So, just texture and
Smooth before you get there. as
What about
opposed to
smooth after you arrive?
or after you leave? Do you smooth it out with your hole?
no. See, I'm gonna be really transparent. Like I've
Please.
had like sandpaper dick before, and just been like, what's happened?
What does that mean?
Okay,
Like,
what
you mean
happened?
stubbly or something?
No, not like palpitations. I mean, not. Oh, that's not the word. Not like bumps. I just mean like the person is just inherently they have a dry. They're dry.
Oh, dry
They're just
skin.
Dry people.
Dry
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah, and so what makes good dick for me is like it's they have a hydration working. Their skin's hydrated. No, you. The other thing is
I guess there are many ways to interpret this question.
I mean, I'm still trying to accept the question.
you know what? Also, I think it's like the space between the beginning of the head and the groin.
Okay.
It's not because look at the screen, Davey. It's not like length. I mean, like it's actually like this. Like when my forehead's going to lay, am I going to be comfortable
Oh my
when
God.
I bring myself?
I don't even know what's happening
I
right
I
now.
honestly,
really appreciate this.
seriously,
Because I was like ready to be like, well, it's not the dick itself, it's what it's attached to. But like, if we're gonna keep it, if we're gonna take it to this level, I would say I love
Answer
it
the question.
when there's
Answer
like
the question.
a big dorsal vein, underneath it, when it's like really prominent. That it's not actually a vein; it's like the part that fills with blood. When that part is prominent.
Doesn't the whole thing feel?
Well, yeah, but the tube itself that fills with blood, like because there's spongies things.
Spongiosum, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
But the bottom of the dick,
Spongies.
like if you not the top part, but the bottom part. If you look, some people I've talked about this before on the podcast. I think this is a fetish of mine. They'll have a really prominent fat vein that sticks out. That elevates a good dick to a great dick. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's going to be... Oh, go, Duane.
oh no, go ahead, Finn.
I just think it's going to be whatever you like. I mean, whatever associations you have.
What do you like?
Oh,
Why are you
me
being
personally?
resistant to this
Yeah.
one?
What makes
Me
a good
personally?
dick a great dick for you?
Well, the question asked it
Specifically.
like an objective kind of way. It doesn't
Yeah.
leave room for subjectivity at all.
Well,
So, to me, I do like veins.
Smell.
I like...
Finn likes the
yeah.
smell.
I like natural scent.
Oh,
I like the taste of dick. I love it. I don't want to fucking taste your Axe body wash. I want to taste dick. Yeah.
okay.
That
Duane.
I would say, yeah. There's more, but that's all.
You know what? I cannot. I don't know that I have a physical. There's a physical embodiness of greatness when it comes to the male member for me. I just would say that to me it really is about the way that it makes me feel, and there's to me that's the difference between good and great. Like good is just is just, I mean, it just serves the purpose. Great is transcendent. So, and transcendent to me can come from any number of shapes and sizes.
I'm done with all of you. This has been great. This has been real.
I finally went full ratchet and no one appreciated
I
it.
appreciated
So I'm just
it.
gonna let you all
I
know.
appreciated it.
I
Yeah.
didn't feel appreciated.
Well, next week we're discussing. I don't know what we're discussing. Under the Table, is that coming out? I think so. I think that's the next one.
I think that's the 16th, isn't
Oh
it?
yeah. Yeah, what's next week? Oh, it's baptism. It's the first in the Sacred Sex
Oh,
series.
yeah.
So let's get excited for that. Finn, where can people get more of you?
FinnDeerHart.com, FINNDEERHART.com. Go there and so the link for the quiz, not the quiz, but the questionnaire is going to be on my blog. So Finn Deerhart blog.
Okay. And LeoRising, where can people find you?
FINNDEERHART.com. FinnDeerHart.com. You need to fill out the questionnaire for Finn. Reach me next week, or just go to my Instagram. Thank you.
And Duane,
Fill out the questionnaire.
where can people find you? At FinnDeerHart.com as well?
Filling out his form.
Yeah. He's doing it right now.
You can find me at theduanewells.com.
And remember, you can join Himeros.tv and save 20% at Himeros.tv/pod. Thanks so much for listening, and as always, more to